Welcome to Unity of Billings on this beautiful, sunny, kind of cold day. If you would like, we'd love to have you join us for singing our Surely the Presence today. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel His mighty power and His grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Thank you. Sunday services are being live streamed. And thanks to Clayton, we have visuals today as well. Thanks, Clayton and Robin. So please help support Unity Ministry. Donate by going to PayPal at the address above there. And our website is unityofbillings.org. Click on the donate button. And thank you so much. Announcements. There's continuing to have a food collection, which I once again forgot, on the lobby. Let's keep going. I'm so glad. And will be an ongoing project for us, and I'm very happy about that. We'll take the first load at the end of February. So coming March 21st, Step Into Your Magic with Marcia. Festival followed by a spring equinox sound bath by Connie, so mark your calendars. I believe that's at 6:30. And there are posters about for the Step Into Your Magic.
And the sound bath.
Oh, and the sound bath. Thank you, Charlene. Meditation room is available 9:30 a.m. Sundays, morning, Monday through Tuesday, evening 7 to 8. And Robin, did you have some announcements that you wanted to make? Oh, okay. I'm later, huh? Later, dude.
Oh, no, that's at the congregational meeting.
Okay, congregational meeting coming up. Don't want to miss it. March 15th, I do believe, correct? And it's right after church?
It's most of church.
Most of church. That's
We
great.
have some exciting things to talk about.
Excellent. So we'll combine two birds with one showing, one visit, one seeing. None of those killing two birds with one stone. We're not doing that. Okay, so Friendship Sunday potluck is next Sunday. So join us downstairs after the service. Share some wonderful eats and conversation. You can bring something if you like or bring yourself, and we always have enough. Abundance, abundance, abundance. So today we have Reverend Philip Zemke. Yay. Being grateful for our greatest good. Fabulous. March 1st is Reverend Edie Weigel, Dream Time. March 8th, Reverend Edie Weigel. That's probably to be announced. And March 15th, the congregational meeting. Yahoo! Now, if you will join us for our Unity song by David Friedman. Relax, close your eyes, leave them open, whatever you like. And listen.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel, is already here, is already here. There is no one out there, there is no no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity.
Thank you, David. Now, if you'd like to join me in affirming the Christ candle here. This is a Christ candle that we light at our services that represents the light within me, you, and all over the world and throughout the universe. Besides, we do know now that we're not the only ones, right? There are aliens in other places. I mean, how can that be? Look at the Milky Way, look at the stars. There's no way we can be the only planet, the only beings on Earth or off of Earth, so to say.
Jane, can I just interrupt?
Yes.
US beat Canada in overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Woo! 2-1 in overtime, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Way to go. Okay. Now, if you could please affirm with me
Sorry.
the reading of the daily word. Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, release. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. So many things shaped my beliefs over the years, my upbringing, family history, education, friendships, and spiritual life, just to name a few. As I go through life, I will have new experiences and meet all kinds of people. I may find old beliefs that once fit me well, fit me no longer. Growing and deepening in spiritual understanding may mean releasing ways of thinking that no longer serve me. But I can do that and still honor the person I was, my background, and my history. Releasing makes room in my mind and opens my heart for the person I am and the person I'm becoming. Releasing my old beliefs readies me for a future of growth and evolution. I'm going to read Jeremiah 40, verse 4. Now look, I have just released you today from the fetters on your hands. See, the whole land is before you. Go wherever you think it good and right to go. Fetters, I had to look that up. I kind of knew what it was, but it's like when people put chains on you, so it's holding you back and resistance so that you can't release and you can't move forward and you can't forgive and you can't do any of those things. All of those are fetters on our soul and our being. I thought that was rather interesting. So we're going to let those go. Unchain those hands and beliefs. All right. So would you affirm with me? Release. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. Let's do that one more time. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. Thank you. It's time for the love offering.
Not yet.
Unity of Billings affirmation. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And also the Unity of Billings affirmation. Through divine wisdom and grace, Unity of Billings is vibrant, healing, and inclusive. The love offering. So, take them out and put them in your hands, hold them to your heart, that they may be blessed, whatever it is that you are giving today, we are receiving. Would you join me, please? Divine love, flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. I believe there's a song we're going to sing today, page 343, I Feel Wonderful. And we're going to read it through just once. It's a real simple song. But I wanted you to just think about how you feel when you read this.
What's the
Page 343. It's also happy birthday Sunday. Charlene and Clayton. Charlene's is Monday, Clayton's already has been, but he's still growing. So let's sing happy birthday first, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Charlene, Clayton, and anyone else. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
And many more.
And there's cake downstairs, I understand. Woo-hoo. All right, so this song, everybody got the page, 343? We're gonna read it first time, okay? I feel wonderful. I feel wonderful, for this is a glorious day. I feel wonderful. I feel wonderful, and I'm going to stay that way. You look wonderful. You look wonderful, for this is a glorious day. You look wonderful. You look wonderful, and you are going to stay that way. I realize that sometimes we don't always feel that way, you know, when we're affirming these things, any of our affirmations, like I am this or I am that. So it kind of reminds me of when I was in the program, we fake it till we make it. And that works for me. And so we're going to sing it today. However you feel, embrace it. And know that you are wonderful. Okay. Thank you. All right. going to say a blessing for the love offerings today. We are truly, truly grateful and appreciative of what we have received, what was given. And we know that it goes out and blesses divine order, divine order, divine order. Thank you. Amen. Now, it's time for Philip Zemke.
It is time
Yay.
for Philip Zemke.
It's so wonderful,
Oh my
Philip
God.
Zemke, and
It's
he's
time.
coming today.
It's time. Love you. Okay. It is time. So that puppy's off, isn't
Yes,
it? Okay. I'm all right. Through the magic of technology. Hi. All right. Robin's going to turn me down a little bit. Otherwise, I'll just wail away here. All right. Blessings to y'all. Love you, love you, love you. So glad to be here in Billings. The Magic City? All right. Well, let's go for it, shall we? Let's have some magic. All right. Okay. I'm going to challenge you a bit today. And I'm also going to appreciate you tremendously today because that's the way it goes. All right. So in India, if you want to catch a monkey, and they do occasionally, you get a gourd. And you cut the top off the gourd, you know, a gourd, and then it's got a neck, so you cut it off, and then you put a part of a banana down in the gourd. You drop it down in, and you put it out where the monkeys live. And the monkey comes along and sniffs and says, "Oh, there's a banana in there." So then the monkey takes the monkey hand like this and goes down the neck of the gourd and gets down there and finds the banana and grasps it. And then pulls its hand up into the neck of the gourd, but it can't get out. And that monkey will sit there all day doing that without releasing its hand. And so you can come around and you find all these monkeys sitting with their gourds and they can't release their hand because it's holding the banana. And so they're all absorbed in banana handles. And you just pick them up because they won't even let go of the gourd when you pick them up. Friends, this is a survey. It's from, they say, they say, right? Nobody knows who they say is, but they say that 80% of Americans spend approximately 80% of their time speaking 80% of their words about what's wrong with the world. They're holding on to the monkey fruit and they can't let go. They're stuck. And on top of that, and this is where I honor you because you guys talk to spirit. And spirit never holds on to the monkey fruit. Spirit's always letting go and it's free. When you talk to your divine, it releases the habit of holding on to what's wrong with the world. Now, I don't know about you, but if I sit down and watch a bunch of television, I get pretty saturated with what's wrong with the world. I don't talk with a lot of people about what's wrong with the world, but I know from watching TV that a lot of people talk about what's wrong with the world with other people. Is that true? It's a bad habit. Because what it does is it reinforces your idea that the world's in chaos. Now, I cannot say to you, oh, no, it's all perfect. Actually, it's all perfecting. It's perfecting. It's going through opportunities of transformation. That's what the world's doing. Now, you can say at this moment, it feels wrong, but in the long run, it'll turn out all right. I had cancer in 2014. I just had 2 more surgeries for skin cancer because they radiated my face at such an intensity to cure the cancer in my throat that they finally told me, you're going to have issues for years because you're all sensitive now. So this last week I had another 8-inch old man line put on my face. That's what I call them. A while back I had an 8-inch on my forehead. You can't even tell. My surgeon does Zen suturing at my request. She comes in and I say, let's slow down because we have this in front of us. Your other patients, they're waiting. They know you're busy. So let's do Zen suturing. When she did this one, in 2 days, no one could find the incision on my face. 2 days. Amazing, isn't it? So when I had the cartilage one done down here, they inadvertently made a little pocket and it got infected. And I, since June, have had an infection in my ear and no one could figure it out. And finally, shooting pictures, they sent it to one of my doctor friends. And he said, I'm coming in on my day off, call Philip in here. We're going to take care of this. I know what's going on. So he went behind the ear and the insides and he went in and he found the pocket and he cleaned it out and he cleaned all the cartilage around it so that it was pristine. And then we've left it open so it'll heal from the inside out. No more pocket, no more bacteria, no more infection. Now, is there something wrong with having an infection in your ear? If you say it is, you do. Are you just saying, well, we're in the process of having a physical body that goes through certain dynamics and you can make a choice as to go in and smile at your surgeon and say, go for it, Dr. Dotson, peel away. I haven't got anything to do for the next 2.5 hours, but sit here in this chair and talk with you and meditate. They asked me, is it painful? They scraped my entire ear canal of all of the leftover residual from the infection and my eardrums. They said, is it painful? And I said, I go to a place where there's no pain. Because I go to my divine sanctuary place. I learned to practice that when I was having cancer. I learned to get really good at going to my sanctuary place. And it's really easy to get there. So when the sensation starts, and I know that pain is a possibility and that's where that sensation is going to go, I just go hang out with the divine in my sanctuary. And I can sit there for hours and they can just mess around as much as they want. It's an ideal. I was given that as a gift. right? So you can say, oh, cancer's bad, and infection in your ear is bad. Well, you know, it's something I forgive the world for playing with me in this way. And I just go ahead and affirm that it's okay. Doesn't mean it's not challenging. Of course it's challenging. Okay. So what do we do with this idea of releasing thinking that the world is wrong? Because that's a bugaboo. That creates a whole body of consciousness that then if we aren't careful, we end up at that banquet feasting on that food, and it gives us indigestion. Indigestion. Ra, it's a life force, divine light, in Egyptian terminology. We know, see this right here? That's Egyptian. Okay? The sun disk, the winged sun disk. Charles Fillmore used that as Unity's symbol, and it wasn't until the hippy-dippy days of the 60s that they put Jonathan Livingston Seagull in as the symbol, which I always thought was kind of goofy. And now they've market branded one, you know, and it's a circle with abstract lines in it. But if you look at that, and I brought this to their attention when they were first branding, I said, look at the way these lines are. That's the Horus head. That's the falcon head of Egypt. And they all went, oh my gosh, it is. The branding people had nothing to do with unity. They didn't know anything about unity, but yet unity knew something about branding ourselves with the truth of where we come from. Charles Fillmore, 1889, I'm founding unity on the principles of Hermetic Christianity, or the divine light in you. The divine light in you, which is what this symbol means. The divine light in you. So Ra, the source of divine light. And then there's all these goddesses that are the rays that come out and ray into the world. Okay. So Ra decided that humanity was forgetting about the divinity, and it didn't make him happy. Believe you me, right now, humanity is, a lot of folks have forgotten about divinity, and it's part of why we're in chaos. Okay? Remember what Jesus said at the Eucharist, at the first water or the wine and the bread. Do this in remembrance of me. Don't forget the divine. So Ra said, oh, I forgot the divine. Oh, geez, you know, everybody's messing around. They're goofing around. They're becoming secular. They're materialists. So he said, I got to make an adjustment. So one of the rays, Sekhmet, took on the lioness form. Oh, don't mess with a lioness when she has cubs. You're going to get wrecked up. And he sent her out into the world and said, do the adjusting as necessary. Let's get rid of the forgetting. But Sekhmet went nuts. She got so behind, she grabbed hold of that fruit inside that gourd and she couldn't let go. She decided everything in the world was wrong. And she was gonna do inhumanity to the last woman, man, and child. This is a basic myth in Egypt. And Ra was watching this happen and went, oops, that wasn't my intention. to destroy the world. My intention was to make an adjustment. But Checkmate was just going nuts. So Ra said to Thoth, the divine wisdom, the Christ is Thoth in Egypt, said to Thoth, you have to go pacify her. You don't go and purify her because she's already purely angry. Okay? It's not purification. It's pacification. She has to come back into harmony with the continuance of life. Harmony, Mat. Mat is the goddess of harmony. She runs the whole show. So Thoth goes. He's very eloquent. Thoth is my buddy. Okay, Thoth has been hanging out with me all my life. Okay, so Thoth goes and he says, let me persuade you to calm down. And he does 7 persuasions and then tells her some good stories just to humor her. And it doesn't work. So then he tells 77 persuasions and some humorous stories. It doesn't work. He ends up doing 77,777 persuasions, and she finally goes, oh gosh, you're just never going to stop, are you? Okay, I'll go back and I'll return to my love, beauty, joy form, which is called Hathor. And she's the oldest. After Mat and Nun, the cosmos before manifestation, Hathor is the oldest of the goddesses. She's a cow goddess. She nurtures. Okay? She feeds the world. And she feeds it on love, beauty, and joy. Okay. So what Ra says is, I forgive humanity for falling asleep sometimes. I forgive humanity for forgetting the divine sometimes. I forgive humanity for learning by their mistakes. I forgive humanity for thinking there's something wrong with the world. But we are going to do our best to affirm harmony in the world always. And the entire Egyptian religious and spiritual practice is to maintain harmony in the creation. Harmony with nature, harmony with yourself, harmony with others, harmony with the divine. And you do that by talking to the divine, guys. It's called communication. Communication. So, how does Thoth get the wrathful, what's wrong with the world stuff back into the love, beauty, joy, and harmony stuff? He communicates with it. Communicates with it. So, do we just say everything in the world is perfect? The great, unity gets accused of being Pollyannish sometimes. And there was a time in unity when you could not talk about anything negative in the world. Everybody could only talk about the good stuff. Now, I like to talk about the good stuff. And I believe that it's all good stuff. But I also realize that there's a lot of suffering in the world. And that there's a lot of forgetting, and there's a lot of chaos that can be brought onto the world. Okay? Okay. My friends, later, after we have fellowship downstairs, I'm going to go over to your courthouse. Because a group of us who live in 2 mobile home parks in Bozeman, 338 families, that's over 1,000 people. Our landlord is selling the parks. And for the last few years, he has been taking the money he's received from the parks and investing it in other projects that he has going. And he has not done anything for our infrastructure for 8 years. And so we have power poles that Northwest Energy won't climb. We have live wires that are laying in yards. We have trees that are falling on houses. We have water leaks all over the park. So that's a deal. And so we've asked him, while you still own it, because the sale's not final, we do have a buyer, but the sale's not final, can you fix these things? They're on your watch. They're your responsibility. Well, he has refused to talk with us since the sale started happening in July. He refuses to talk to us. So that's what we want, is communication. We have issues that we would like addressed, but I don't guarantee, nor do I expect that all the things will be cared for, because he's selling it. But first of all, please talk with us as real people. We live in these parks, 1,000 people. We live in these parks. Please talk to us. That's pacify, you see. I don't want it to be chaotic. I don't want him to not have an opportunity to take care of some things that are on his watch. If he doesn't, that's okay too. But I'd like him to have the opportunity. So today we're going to be down by the courthouse. His offices are in the Wells Fargo building. So we're going to be picketing. We have national news coming in. CNN or one of those, they're coming in to cover it. I've been asked to speak from a spiritual point of view about the value of communication as a moral value for human beings. So I will be speaking. So I might end up on your news tonight. I don't care to be on the news. That's not my job. My job is to speak for 1,000 people. Okay? So I'll do my best. I actually have a script. We prepared it because if you let me loose, who knows where I'll go. And so I have a script that I'll follow. And in that script, I want to tell you a story. Because we're in Lent, aren't we? Okay. Now, some of what we're doing in Lent is, you know, when they say, what are you going to give up for Lent? Coca-Cola, or whatever, That's a purification thing. That's taking inventory and deciding a little of this, a little of that, not some of this, not some of that. That's inventory. That's a good thing. But we're also here to redeem, in a sense, to pacify our inclination to think that the world is wrong. I believe that Unity has a mature point of view about the world, and that we're not just trying to get by. And we're not certainly dividing ourselves up between we're the good ones and they're the bad ones. The landlord, I don't consider him a bad guy. There's a chant they're going to do that says, "You're no good." And I won't chant that chant with them because I don't believe he's got that he can be thrown away. I don't believe that he's not good. He is good. I just would like him to wake up to it. Okay? So Easter's coming. We really get a shot at Easter to resurrect. Early first century Christianity wasn't called Christianity yet. It was called the Christ Way or the Christ School. I love it. There were 300 different groups, types of practice. And many of them were called Christ schools. I like that. Unity is a non-denominational educational movement based on the teachings of Christ. Well, of course it is. It's a Christ school. You're in a Christ school if you're here. So we have Christ school. Well, one of my favorite guys, Valentinia, who was this great guy, and he said this. By the time he was around like 150 years after the Jesus event, and that word Christian had been developed and given to a whole bunch of people. He said, I'm not a Christian. I am to be the Christ. Blow your hair back on that one, friends. That's what we're here to do. To be the Christ. We can be raw, saying, I'll forgive, and I'm sending the Christ to reconcile and bring back into harmony a world that thinks it's wrong. So I won't be here before Easter, I don't think. So I have to throw an Easter piece at you. So, well, that's my job. Okay. But I'm not going to do Easter. I'm going to do the night before. Okay. Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus is there. He knows what's going to happen. So he just says, it's going to happen. I'm ready. So in marches, according to the story, in marches Judas and he's leading the Jewish cops and whatnot, and they're coming in and other people. And he kisses Jesus. And so, you know the story. So then Jesus is identified. So they come forward. Well, there's Peter. Friends, Peter found everything wrong with the world. He was the Mr. I don't like it, I don't like him of the 12 disciples. In the Gospel of Mary, he just reams her. You're a woman, and how can you be teaching us these mysterious, wonderful, wise things? You're a woman, and I despise women. They have no power. Poor old Peter. Oh my gosh. Peter was just, he was ticked off about everything. So in come these guys. Judas gives the kiss. There's the troopers. There's the other guys. Out comes Peter's sword and whack, and somebody's ear got knocked off on the ground. Jesus says, oh, Peter, put your sword away. Matter of fact, give it to me. I'll take it away from you. Please. No more swords. No more cutting the world into the right people and the wrong people. No more cutting the world into this is good and that's not. And then Jesus picks up the ear and parks it back on the guy's head and said, sorry about that. He's like that. He's like that. He's always finding fault with the world. And so he's going around with a sword, chopping it up. He can't let go of the fruit inside the gourd. It's his fist. Sometimes I think when in the story Jesus says, you're the rock, it's a fist. There's two types of Christianity in the early days. There's Peter's Christianity and there's John's Christianity. John's the fourth book in the gospel. It's the mystical one that begins talking about how to become the Christ. Peter's Christianity is about, Jesus gave him the instructions because he knew Peter was really goofy. And so he says to Peter, these are my instructions. Feed my sheep, feed my sheep, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. Do you have it yet? Feed my sheep, feed my sheep. How many times can I affirm this for you? Feed my sheep, feed my sheep. What does that mean? That means take care of people. Be compassionate. Stop being a what's wrong with the world. Put your sword away and get compassionate. And Christianity is intended for that, to be compassionate. Some of the first hospitals in the world were Christ Way people of Paul running hospitals in all those cities that he visited. Okay. Prior to that, the Nazarene villages where Jesus was born and raised, they were all healers. When you get that from Philo of Alexandria, he was a Jewish mystic and he knew these folks. And he went to the villages, the Nazarene villages, of which there were 16 in Palestine. And he said, they're healers. And whether they're carpenters or they're weavers or they're potters or they're farmers, whatever that is, that is. But every one of them's out doing healing work every day. Instead of saying what's wrong with the world, they are affirming what's right with the world, which is that when people forget the divine, the idea is bring the divine to them as you. That's being the Christ. That's being the Christ. That's who you are. All of you have different roles to play, different jobs, different names, different ages. But in this world that has forgotten the divine, you get to go out and be the divine. It's not fancy bells and whistles, friends. It's an attitude you carry that the world is wise. The world is in harmony. The world is beautiful. And even if human beings have forgotten it, you haven't. The Sufis, great mystics, love the Sufis. One of the names for Sufi translated is rememberers. They're remembering the divine. That's all I ask of you. Remember the divine. When I was younger, friends, I had an inner conversation with the world. Do y'all? Do you have a discursive conversation with the world? Okay. All right. In the early days, because my dad was a bona fide claimer of knowing, my early conversations were with my dad, because I had to prove to him that his son knew enough to be considered worthy. Then I hit puberty and I had girlfriends. Oh my gosh, did I have conversations with my girlfriends? What was I doing with my girlfriends? I was trying to prove to them that I was worthy. Then as I got older and went along, I started having conversations I like to call letters to the editor. I was talking to humanity. And what was I trying to say to humanity? First, I am worthy to be in humanity and to be listened to be given respect. And then as I matured spiritually, it became humanity is worthy. I'm trying to help you remember that. Helping remember that. Do you know where my conversations are with now? Where my inner voice goes? Where I direct my attention? To the divine. My divine friend. My divine friend. Sometimes, I know a lot about religions from all over the world, and I travel around, and so I can use deity forms and deity names and deity attributes from all over the world, the ones that seem to be appropriate for the time. But ultimately, it's just the presence. I feel the presence of the divine in the world, as the world. And that presence and I are such good company. And I can ask any question I have on my heart or mind there. I can ask for guidance to anything and everything. And I am assured. I used to doubt myself. Boy, when I was talking to my dad, it wasn't that I was absolutely certain. No, I had my doubts. When I was talking to my girlfriends, oh God, did I have doubts? When I was talking to humanity, I had doubts. When I talk to the divine, I have no doubts. I have no fears. I have no criticism. I have no idea that the world is wrong. Sometimes it's chaotic, but it's moving towards harmony. That's how the world is. I see it that way. I feel it that way. I know it that way. And I would hope that for you too. I wish that for you. That all of you could be in peace with your world. Not that you don't, if you see something that's really out of sorts, you say something. But you don't come at it with a sword to cut off its ear. You come persuading it to remember it's divine. That's the only thing that brings harmony, friends. We can't do it by force. We have to do it by kindness and love. There's a little girl back there in the corner. She came to my workshop yesterday. We were talking about attributes of the world. She hit it right and she said, it's love. And I went, whoa, you know better than I do. I mean, you went right to the heart of the matter. The divine loves this world, warts and all. We have issues and we're going to work through them. Love your neighbor. Remember Jesus? That's, love your neighbor, love each other. That's the medicine. That's the persuasion. That's the harmony. That's life. We can have it that way. It's right. It ain't wrong. All right? It's right. It ain't wrong. All right. There we have it. Happy Easter, by the way, when it gets here.